Hoy, what are you saying?
Sunday, and Saturday. It's the 9th annual Dallas Mower Expo. Be there as the biggest names in mowers, hedgers and clippers on hedgers and clippers on hedgers and clippers on Sunday. Cutting technology, Sea King, oil paintings, Sea King. Don't miss the Dallas Mower Expo on Scarrow upside. Be there.
So needless to say, G-Fam, it sure is spooky in here. Hello everybody, welcome to the show. My name is Madoichi, as some of you may already know, and frankly speaking, I don't know, a lot's been popping off over the weekend. I know for a fact that I'm alright. I hope this thing can be said to you, Sake, Centris, Noir. It's a good time. If anything, what can I say? What can I say other than, hey, look at that, technology is actually functioning with me, just like my voice. What do you mean I've actually been taking the research to actually put some attitude in my voice and speak from my chest? It's amazing how well that works, but hopefully you can hear it from me. I hope sound is actually a thing that actually works. Because as you already know, sound mixing will ruin this stream, but from what I stand to gain, I have no idea. Other than that, yeah, it's another chill stream as I just look at the fact that I want to test if this thing will actually work on stream, because it's important to me. And that thing on the Beautiful Joe stream last Saturday was a good indicator in my opinion. So, if anything, I hope the same can be said of the night. It's another one of those, hey, ask me anything you like, I want your opinions. I would like to give opinions if I know what I'm talking about, but really, do I really know what I'm talking about? Hard to say in these trying times. Either way, also, the colors on the scrolling text looks good. Thank you for that. If anything, thank Noir for that, because once again, him and his eye for, hey, let's test things out, let's put things on the banner, have really been giving me an eye for this stuff, especially in terms of the color theory department. If anything, dedicated artist is dedicated artist. So, if anything, give a round of applause for my son over here. So yeah, where do we stand with this? It's hard to say, but really, I'm just here like, we can make this work. I want it to work. I want my swords. So why don't we go ahead and see if we can get them, shall we? You're a good boy. You are indeed a good boy. You know this as well as I do. Anyway, wanted to drop by to say hi and good luck before trying to pass out, so... Well, if anything, I'm glad you came along, because... You know, if anything, my fellow samurai is always welcome. If anything, rest well, Saki. Sorry I'm late, no worries, you're actually right on time. If anything... I'm surprised everybody's here right off the bat. If anything, it's good. Also, tell your dog you love them. Good. They say all dogs go to heaven, and I'm inclined to agree. Food on the way? Good. Hello, Mike. Hello, Saku. It's a good time for everybody. It's time to discuss the coming skeleton war. As some of you on the Tumblr may be aware, it's one of those years. So yeah, what can I say about Muramasa the Demon Blade, other than the fact of, you know who reminded me of this thing even existing? Neril, aka that guy who put out that one video with the giant lips on the Majora's Mask moon, but if anything, I would say he did a good with that. I'm not complaining at all. Personally, I'm just here like, hey, welcome to Too Late, Who Gives a Shit? The series where we discuss things well and truly past their time, but it's fine with me. This is also my way of telling, hey, George, can you tell your guys at Vanillaware to finally port the Vita version of this game? We need it. We need it. And you're gonna find out why we need it, because personally, it's one of those games that stuck with me all those years ago. Personally, I don't know how to explain it other than, hey, me being a dumb kid of 2009, really appreciated it when it came out. It was hard to say what can be said of that other than it was snowing. I got this thing on a random gift alongside Wii Sports Resort, but if anything, that just goes to show you never know what sticks with you until you actually have it in your hands. Which also put Vanillaware on the map for me, because I was never aware of these people. I was never aware of this cast either, but I sure like them, but you'll find out as well as I do. So we can go Momohime or Kisuke. I'm inclined to go this way because I like the story more, but if anything, it's good.
Good.
So yeah, right off the bat you get a tutorial with this. We will now explain how to control your character. You want the tutorial? Not really. I know essentially what I'm doing from testing on my own, but basically you jump with control stick, you scroll around the screen in this Metroidvania style hack and slash. It's fine. If anything, the rest of the controls open up during combat, but you'll see in a moment. Also, you collect random... Yes, there we go. By collecting the souls, which are scattered across along the main road, you can gradually replenish your blade's soul power. If you discover any souls, be sure to collect them. You see right there, Mike is aware. Mike already understands this peach-flavored sword girl, but you know. Speaking of which, since I have to say right off the bat, hey, look at how pretty this game is, I have another question today for you. But if anything, I feel like the answer is already known to us. I feel like it just needs to be said, but even still. Be sure to collect the Soul Calibur. I mean, if we could, we would, but this isn't Soul Calibur 3. If anything, I forgot, when did 3 even come out? I played 2, and that's it. Why? Because I was the kid with the GameCube. I never had anything else. And there we go, Sword Combat, aka, look at all this happening right here. Is it a beat 'em up? Is it a hack and slash? It's a lot of things. And depending on how well you do, you also get XP bonuses for it. What do you mean there's a style meter in this game that's oozing style right from the jump? It's nice. It's by the same people who made 13 Sentinels, as I've said before, but you know. Also, for what you're saying right there, I think games should strike a balance between art and entertainment is art. I'm inclined to agree. Not everything else needs to be an art house project, especially if that house isn't exactly what we're looking for in games, but you still. Personally, I'm just here like, it's an interactive medium. You should be focusing on gameplay more than just being a walking simulator like Noir says. If anything, I feel like the only one that gets away with that is What Remains of Edith Finch, and even still. And this is coming from the guy who's literally been playing 13 Sentinels, aka we stand around and we ask questions, and then we do the mech combat. It's essentially what we've just said, towing the line between gameplay and art style. It's important. Let's see, art style over realism. That's also very important in my eyes. You can tweak graphics as much as you want, but at the same time, if it doesn't look good to me, then what is the point? Which is to say, I probably missed out on some really good games back in the day just because people are praising graphics over whether or not the game is actually good. Aside from that, it's just hard to say nowadays, because a lot of the time it feels like you're getting ripped just because, hey, look at that, games are more expensive. Games do not offer replayability the way they used to. Which is easier said than actually cited, but still. Oh look, the woolly eyeballs have escaped. Nah. A game can be ugly as sin, but if it's fun, I'm in. You know, it's funny you say that, because frankly, the immediate thing that comes to mind is Cruelty Squad. I get nothing out of its art style, but at the same time, it looks like a good time anyway. Anyway, samurai are troublesome enemies, capable of defending themselves against your attacks. If you break their blades, however, they will no longer be able to protect themselves. Your first line of attack should be to snap their weapons in two. Oh boy, do I appreciate that. Get a load of this. I guess you could say an example of the other way around is probably Exert, just because, hey, look at that. Everybody's talked about how that art style, since Guilty Gear finally came back in 2012-ish, it really has been putting Narxis on the map again for just knowing what they're doing in terms of art, gameplay, music, all of that. It took them a while to adopt rollback, but even still. Darkwood is honestly the best example of that for you. I'm curious then. I've heard of Gloomwood, but I haven't heard of Darkwood. What's that about? Also, another thing I really like about how this game plays, if you hold it down, there you go. Overheads. The gameplay is simple. And it's the simplicity that helps you get better at it. It's hard to explain, but for me, it's the best horror game I've ever played. You know, it's funny. I've thought about looking into horror games at the moment, but I'm just like, you know, what makes more sense? Long in the tooth horror or one-off spooky games? Which is funny, because I remember a couple days ago, watching Vinesauce cover a DOS game by the name of Cosmology of Kyoto, and just going, you know what, this probably deserves a re-release. Why hasn't it? Apparently even Roger Ebert back in the day liked it, rest in peace, but even still, it's just one of those things like, I kind of think we need more of this. To which I look at other horror visual novels and just go, hey, look, is that Song of Saya? I think not.
This is illegal, you know.
For a while, there was a point where a GameCube with no memory card was all I had. Animal Crossing was a task and a half back then. Oh boy, I can imagine. It's funny, I bought New Leaf on the 3DS when it came out, tried it once, and then my 3DS black screen, so I can only imagine how my town is doing. Which is to say, I haven't played it proper, but still. Hey, enough. Thank you. Also, you used to leave the console running just to keep my town. It's weird. Back in the day when I actually had more time on my hands, I used to beat games within a day, but then again, it's hard to say whether or not it's because of the game itself or just because I was committed, or that I had no memory card in the first place, but still. Which is not necessarily true. I did have a memory card, it just didn't work for me. And then I got another one, and then it actually started making sense. Also, hey, who's ready for a boss area? Meanwhile, in Sagami... What's that, Miyuki-sawa Shiro? What's Raiden Mei doing here?
不思議なことに怪我一つしておらねば足もついておる。あれは確か縄文前、雪之丞様に狼藉者が突然切りかかり、思わずこの身を盾とかばって倒れたはずが、ここは何というところやら。あの世ならせめて迷わぬように誰ぞに問いたいものじゃな。
Anyway, you can talk to other characters you meet along your way to gather information. And by can, I mean you will talk to them. Like this evil monk right here.
Jinkuro. 法の結界は国中に張られ、もはやどこへも行けぬ。悪逆無道の罰当たりに、諸物に代わって成敗いたす。
わらは農州鏡の桃姫、お人違いでありましょう。
And then, of course, this guy, this actual named character.
うまくいったようじゃ。魂が抜けておる。気なされ娘も箱根の結界を越えれば奴も動けぬ。
Also, I apologize. 1 second here. Momentary concerns aside, hey, look at that. Get a load of this glowing green ball of hatred right here.
術が破れ、体からこちらの魂が押し出されてしもうたわ。
その声忘れるはずもない。あの夜雪の城様を襲いし、ろう石者の声ではあるまいか。
Also, to explain Darkwood is like a top-down Soviet apocalypse horror with a huge emphasis on the day and night cycles. It's really moody and creepy. It kind of sounds like how people describe Metro to me, but at the same time, I feel as though that's something I might have to look into one of these days.
いかにもそういなる。あの人たちこそが切った相手に乗り移るおぼろ流玉写しの秘技。今やその五体のことごとくがこの伊豆名陣九郎のもの。おとなしく明け渡すか、さもなくば共に地獄に落ちるか。
So yeah, what you have here is Nightingale FGO and Soul Bad Guy as your protagonists, so think of that of what you will.
夢でも見ているのではなかろうか。目の前に我が身が見える。わらわはどうなってしまった。体一つに魂一つ。命において真羅万象の決め事よ。わしの霊魂が取り付けば、お主の魂は押し出される。雪の城の体を奪うはずが、割り込んだ姫君のせいでこうして小娘となって生きねばならん。情けはかけぬぞ。
Also, I made the comparison to Nightingale, but with Jinkuro in this body, it sounds closer to Mordred. I don't know if anybody else can hear it. Anyway, this here blue monk.
そっけのみでありながら浅ましき姿になり果てたるわ。無限地獄に落ちるともこの手で無念を晴らすためぞ。
So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to play this during October, because hey, look at that. Look at this enemy design. It's nice. This man and his Vajras going ham. And me getting knocked out of the sky. It's fine. If anything, that's just why I liked it. But you know how people say creepy and wet? This is creepy and hot. Especially when you can do stuff like this. It's also nice that this game really wants you to go ham on these things, just absolutely shred their health. So, you know, it's one of those things that kept me going back in the cold days of February when I got this. Also, yeah, your swords have a meter. Just keep on bleeding the enemy and they'll regenerate after a while. You also occasionally get the quick draw. It's nice. Everything has a mechanic. Of course, alongside that, the durability of the blade is also your meter for special moves, so... Hey... I'm not sure what else does that, but at the same time, I appreciate what it does. And of course, as you collect souls, that also makes your swords grow back, so it's nice. Also, yeah, Momohime good. A lot of these characters good. Like I say, it's a very nice game in my opinion. It's one of those things that just like Vanillaware re-release it. It's perfect for what it is right now. We need more of this. We can't just keep making jokes about Dragon's Crown with nothing to show about it. Give us this, especially since you already re-released Odin's Sphere. Why not this? Honestly, I've only played the PS4 demo of Odin's Sphere, so I don't have much of an opinion to give. I heard that its final chapter is so long in the tooth it made people quit the game, so that's something to say. Also, got around to play Overwatch 2 today because my friends wanted me to join them. It's literally the same fucking game. Good. I'm glad. No credit given. Especially since apparently queues were so busted, people were waiting in the tens of thousands, and by the time they actually got in, the queue reset without letting them in. And you know, I would make a joke about Endwalker having the same thing go on, but Endwalker's actually a good game. Me, a 14-player first time. Hello, Kubo. How are you? It's a good night for everybody. It is the beginning of Spooky Month. If anything, I'm just here enjoying my 1600 Samurai epic and asking, hey, look at that. We're going to farm some souls. And then turn them into swords, and then find more swords to farm souls with. Those people would never have survived Stormblood's launch. Didn't Stormblood also have an in-game wall that kept people from playing purely off of a glitch? Also, hey, look, it's a fox lady. A genuine furry.
申し訳ございませぬ。遅れましたのは感動賛同に貼られた結界を避けるのに大回りしたためにございます。
You're gonna learn quick that these girls are cute.
嵯峨野からは街道に出られず、北に回り越中越後へ。次に飛騨から野麦峠を越えて信州に入り。
Also, there's another reason to talk about this. Hey, look, everybody's favorite resident fox fluffer.
もうよい。お前の話はいつも長すぎる。して、例のものは持ってきたか。清州の刀匠、千治村正、その御霊の宿る沖縄面、ここにお持ちいたしました。村正ほどの妖刀でのうては、我がおぼろ流剣術の進化は表せぬ。すぐにも欲しい。行くふりでも構わん。
I was expecting sploosh, but I don't see it. Oh well, I'll play the thing anyway. There we go.
では、刃にまといつく切られた者の魂をお分け与えください。恨みの炎が村正殿に力を与え、
I wasn't around for Stormblood's launch, but I know people were trying to trigger a solo instance quest by talking to a certain NPC, the most hardcore savage raid ever because of the connection issues. Yeah, that's the thing about it. That's how I remember it going down. I didn't play Stormblood at launch, but I was there for the very, very, very end of it. And I was just like, you know, if anything, I'm surprised. It's not even that that solo instance is bad, it's just that I remember videos of people lined up for, I want to say hours trying to figure out, how do I get even in here? And then there were red chocobos, and it was a good time for nobody.
嫌というほど燃え立たせてくれるわ。されば村正殿も喜ばれ、新たな刀を次々と打たれましょう。
Also, you know, hey look, all they're foxes, because as you may know, Inari is the god of foxes as well as the god of sword people. Swordsmiths, swordsmen, hard to say. I don't know Shinto.
妖刀と名の付くからには、それ相応の触りがあってのこと。たちまち見入られ、人を切らずにはいられなくなりましょう。見入られることなく刀の容器を制して操る剣術がおぼろ流よ。畜生の分際でいらぬ心配じゃわ。
I know somebody who played every WoW expansion before it was free to play. WoW is free to play.
いくら折れようとも、鞘に収まれば血をすするために蘇る。
This is definitely news to me. I'm sorry. I don't go and get myself caught up in the blizzard.
Yeah,
If anything, I'm just over here looking at Warcraft 3 Reforged and just going, hey, look at that. I'll take my money and go somewhere else.
社に収められた面を持ち出したのが狐仲間に知られれば、姉様はどのようなひどい仕打ちに遭うか分かりませぬ。これもひとえにジンクロー様がため、どうかお察しくださいませ。
Honestly, yeah, that is weird, especially since back in the day, I remember Blizzard going a massive fit over people wanting dedicated retro servers, but at the same time, I don't know. MMOs have never been my day. 14 and the occasional Korean MMO are the only things I'm familiar with, and I stopped playing the latter a good deal of way ago.
坊主らは道という道に網を張り逃がさぬつもりらしいが、
I'm waiting for Bandai to stop geographically gatekeeping me from Gundam Evolution so I don't have to play Overwatch 2. You don't have to play Overwatch 2. You know this as well as I do. I'm not going to stop you, but at the same time, Gundam Evolution has sure been a thing in my opinion. They could use more music. I want them to finally unlock the season pass for me so I can figure out how Exia plays, but oh well. I'm just over here playing the sniper and actually getting decent headshots off of it, so I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. They could have put Gallant Char in the game, but nope, nope.
何はさておき、今は急がねばならん。墓場の堂でお前を待っておる間に面倒なことになった。
Speaking of which, hey, look at that. Gundam The Witch of Mercury is out, and Twitter is just equal parts happy. This is the perfect time to gatekeep, and also, hey, do you not know how same-sex shipping more or less saved the Gundam fandom? Oh boy, I really don't, but the chaos is nice to watch every now and then.
東海道より付きまとっていた蘭海という坊主に玉写しの術を破られ、肉体の元の主桃姫の魂を取られた。あやつの口ぶりでは箱根を越え江戸に下る算段であろう。居所を探せ、今季君。そんなことに
Imagine trying to gatekeep Gundam. That's essentially what this is. I'm just over here like, hey, these bitches gay. Good for them. Also, while we're talking over here, we can forge blades.
切れ味こそ真髄と生涯それのみをただただ求めわ刀のできたるや毛量基準ばかりか天人地味に至るまで 刃を恐れてあだなすことを得ず、その威力申すに及ばぬ。
Look at my grandpa. Look at my grandpa going ham in the Forge of Souls. It's good.
されど魔剣に光るる猛襲にて、なお有名の狭間に漂い、果てなく鋼を打ち続けるは朝からざりし強引かな。
Also, multiplayer shooters don't seem to have much music anyways, because people who take them super seriously want to be able to hear stuff like people coming closer, which I say put the option in there anyway. It's Gundam. Some of the hardest music I've ever heard. Literally, one of the hardest songs I've heard is literally somebody LARPing as Char Aznable in a show about people playing with miniatures. I don't know how else to explain it other than there's no logic. Which is to say, hey, look at that. I barely know anything about Meijin Kawaguchi, but I also dig his theme. He understands how hard flamenco goes. So yeah, based on what you have here, you have a building tree that you can work on to build souls, which also has a requirement of spirit and souls as you go along, so we can't do anything with that, but it's fine. We already got a new sword in the first place. On this screen, you can equip 3 blades and 1 accessory. After acquiring a new blade or accessory, be sure to equip that item. Which means, hey, look at that. Hasabeku Nishigi, your last name isn't Muramasa, but it's fine. Let's see. Also, there's Hisui, and no Kohaku to go with her. It's fine. Will I stop saying it's fine? No. In fact, what's been fine with all of you people? I know for a fact that the weekend has been weird. Everything's been going off at once. AI art is on the rise, and everybody who cares about art has just been like, get the fuck out of here. And you know what? That's a good one too, in my opinion. Personally, I'm just over here, like, if it were that easy, then why do people need to steal reference material from other artists to make it work? And even then, it's really not that good. It's just all across the board anime titty, and frankly speaking, it gets boring after a while. You had a friend die, but I also got the Visaga in SRWOGs. Well, if anything, I wish that I'd offer my own condolences in regards to that. If anything, I hope they're in a better place. All the weekend told me is that we're getting closer to living Fallout IRL. In the political sense, or in terms of environment? Because as you know how I feel about politics. Either way, it's just one of those things that makes me go, gee, it would sure be nice if we could have some self-awareness over in the land of bigwigs and turncoats, but we're not gonna get there. I already know this. If anything, I just gotta look out for number 1 and the rest of you fatheads, but there's only so much I can do from where I am. I'm still trying to figure it out for myself. Also, hey look, we can hover. Sorta. As a very politically blamed person, I relate. Brained in terms of you understand, or brain as in it hits you in the skull and you say, ouch, brain hurty, no more of this. Because I feel like I can say both, and I can say neither at the same time. It's hard. On one hand, I would love to give opinions. On the other, politics is a surefire way of getting yourself hurt. I choose to avoid it in mixed company. Brained as in I expose myself to a lot of it. You're pretty much right in where I exist, because frankly, I can't escape it. I would love to talk about something else. I would love to talk about the positivity in this world, but we're not gonna get there. Everybody needs to be mad. To which I say, I spent enough of my childhood mad. I'm trying to get over that life. Even though, not gonna lie, channeling my inner emotion helps me do better with the stream as well as my own goals. But really, it's more so about understanding where you come from in terms of everything else that makes it work. But it's just, I don't like talking about it because people refuse to basically come out guns blazing with it. Which isn't to say I haven't had amicable discussions about what goes on in our lives. It's just very few and far between, and oftentimes very, very not in person. Which I guess is decent enough to think about. It's just, I wish I could apply that logic to a lot of things. Don't come to the table if you're not willing to put your weapon down. I don't know, is there any other thing you would describe as basically, if you're not going to put your emotions at the door, then don't bother? I feel like there's a lot, but the examples don't come to mind right off the bat. Oh boy, get a load of this thing. Also say the magic word, spin! Hey look, we killed it. I just tend to drop things before they get heated. Yeah, that's essentially the thing I need to learn how to do. Because boy, you haven't seen me heated, but let's be honest here. Sometimes the fire in this armor tends to leak, if you get what I mean. It's a wonder I've been struggling to find my voice often as I do, just because of, hey, look at that. When I get mad, it tends to get explosive. Which is pretty much story of my life for how people wanted to control me a lot, but hey, look, I need that. Very rare Japanese pheasant. It's good meat. Also, I'm confused about the Velma thing. In what way? I haven't had enough context beyond, hey, look at that, she's kind of, maybe sort of a lesbian now. To which I say, I thought she was bi before, but still. I have no opinion. I just know what I look at. She openly has a romantic crush on a girl in the new movie. That's essentially what I got out of it. And personally, I don't blame her either. That girl was styling. People calling her a lesbian, but wouldn't that make her bisexual? I mean, I was under the impression she had a crush on Shaggy, but then again, that was Mystery Incorporated. Warner Brothers wants to bury that thing. Oh boy, you're gonna love Yoshiwara. Anyway, as for me though, I avoid bringing up politics because I can't always keep myself under control, so to speak, and I don't dare discuss the politics of other countries normally because I'm somewhat afraid of setting someone off by asking a question that they may take as offensive when it's not. Yeah, that's the thing about it. You never know when somebody might get the wrong idea based on the thing that you're talking about. And half of the time, it takes more effort to explain why you didn't mean it to be offensive. So sometimes keeping your mouth shut is a skill in of itself. Also, hey look, palanquin bearers.
らそこの店でそばでもたぐっていくといい。ここのそばは格別うめえぞ。
I don't know what it is, but these guys look straight up melted.
悪いな、もう店じまいだ。一服したらもう帰るとこだ。駿河からこっちへ来るときにまた乗ってってくれ。
Also, showrunner confirms the bisexuality thing in Mystery Inc. was awkward because she was a lesbian the whole time. That's why it didn't work out. Continuity, I will accept. Anyway, here's the real reason you play this game.
いらっしゃいまし。温かな冷や飯に煮たばかりの冷めた魚。お望みなら大ぶりな小魚の塩焼きや高い安酒もございますよ。
中へどうぞ。今なら空いておりますよ。
Alrighty then, well, welcome to the Genroku period. The Buddhists in power say we can eat food again. So who wants some soba?
なかなかおつな味じゃの。
And of course, there's also tempura.
小僧ロップにしみるわい。感情はここに置いて。
And there we go. Naturally, there's also a fullness gauge involved, so you can't just binge eat, because the food has buffs involved. It's nice. It transferred over to every other thing Vanillaware made. What do you prefer, chat? Soft serve or crepes? You know what? That has me curious. What, in fact, is Gakido? Okay then, immediately as I look it up, I get Naruto jutsus. I think we're good with that.
古い池や川ず飛び込む水の音。我ながら良い句ができた。
Also, yeah, soft serve is ice cream. Served softly. So yeah, it's fine. It's not my favorite, but at the same time, it's ice cream. It's edible. I just prefer my ice cream well and truly frozen. I want to take my time enjoying it, if you get me. Meanwhile, moving over to Musashi Province. Not named after who you think it is. I don't know, I feel like there's no there wouldn't be any logic in that. Anyway, get a load of this place. It's my favorite in terms of locales. Also, Tengu. People absolutely do address Velma's bisexuality. It's just that it's attached to the notion of her dating a guy that didn't work well because she canonically likes women. It's fine. Also, it's named after Musashi Tomoe. I would accept that answer. What do you mean New Getarobo kinda sorta takes place in this era anyway, so it's fine. But to be honest, everyone knew Velma was a lesbian since the 60s. I mean, I was never aware, but then again, I don't like 60s Scooby-Doo. I like it, but at the same time, I didn't like how prevalent it was when I was growing up. It got annoying after a while. I'm just over here listening to Fred pronounce treasure as treasure, and that's enough for me. To be fair, she's had multiple male interests between the years. Yeah, that's understandable. It's not necessarily how... Well, it's hard to say. Ultimately, it's just a matter of, hey, I guess this is just how it goes. One plotline may not persist in another. Yeah, Dean from Supernatural was one of them, and he also got an angel sent to Super Hell for being romantically invested in him, so who can even say at this point? Wait, no, that was Sam? Okay, fair enough. What do you mean Velma can't date a moose? It would be fine. And then it turned out not to be fine, and it was a dream anyway. Either way, it's just one of those things I look at and go, you know what, I'm glad. There are definitely worse ways you can go about a situation like that, probably just for the aim of profit, but if anything, if it works, it works. Now that I think about it, it kind of makes sense for her to lean for women. Most of her male relationships end up with a dude being evil. What, you mean Scooby-Doo 2? The live-action Scooby-Doo movie in which she legitimately dates a guy, only to just find out, hey, I've been using you the whole time. Like the Salem Witch Trials guy. To be fair, that guy was... I'm not sure how into him she was or he was, aside from, hey, look at that, we can do research together. Also, hello. Look at you, bothering the sex workers. You need to stop that. But yeah, needless to say, hey, look, your first proper level is a red light district. Who saw that coming? Splish! Which also implies, hey, what's a monk doing in the red light district? Mood. Understandable. Have a nice day. And then more food was had. So what do we have in Gravyard?
Just gals being pals.
Essentially. Right? Incomprehensible. May God have mercy on your wretched soul, drunkard. Exactly. I believe in G.O.D. I believe in these girls deserve better. In any case, let's see. A whole sea bream, you say? What are the lyrics? Laid bare? Picked clean? I think so. In any case, hey, another red barrier. I have just the thing. And then we move into my favorite song in the game. Would you believe it's called Womanizing? Would you believe, hey, look at that. Jinkuro's favorite is here. Also, Raiders, hello. How are you? Hello, Kate. Hello, everybody there. Well, I have a thing for this, actually. My name is Megiddo-ichi, a cyborg dissident using broadcasting to rally against the shadowy corporate overlords that made me what I am. We stream 4 days a week, from action games to visual novels to the occasional Toku watch-along, as I share my interest with you in my quest for power and supremacy. Also, I see you're also aware of this, Kate. I'm glad. I'm very glad, actually. I want Vanillaware to actually port the game. Also, thank you for that spicy follow, Foxy 8 Fox. I'm going to assume the 8 is silent.
Thank you!
So yeah, what can be said about this place? Hey, look at that. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's getting their soul sucked out by the boss of this area. Get a load of her. She's having a good time of it. It's nice. In fact, hey. And then you get to hear the battle version of it, and it's very nice in my book. Just like this right here. You know, there's something really satisfying about using the ability to just do what you do to chip away at another samurai's blade and just go, hey, look at that, you're dead now. It was a good mechanic when it came out, it's a good mechanic still. Also, Zombie Island was your favorite Scooby-Doo movie. I'm not sure which one was mine, but that's definitely a good one. Honestly, the long blades are also really nice. They're definitely kind of harder to get things going with, but at the same time, once you start unlocking the stronger versions, they're kind of your go-to for the rest of the game, I feel. There's like one short blade that just rips. I forget, can you actually use the titular Muramasa of the game? I don't remember. Especially since this game requires 6 separate playthroughs to get every single ending, I don't know. Also, hey look, a rice bag. We don't have the ability to cook yet, but oh well. Muramasa the Blacksmith is the ghost you have? No, I mean the Japanese title of the game, the Oboro Muramasa. That's the one I'm talking about. The one that Jinkuro himself wants better than anything else. I'm pretty sure that one is locked away to the final ending of the game, but it's hard to say. Okay, you definitely do get it, fair enough. It's been a bit. Also, I forget what these funny umbrella guys are called. I definitely know what they are, it's just, I don't remember the name. Arakasa, fair enough. I will take that. Speaking of that, do you have a favorite yokai, chat? Did you know that apparently in Japanese folklore, centipedes are so raw dog full of chaos energy they can kill dragons? I don't know, that's funny to me. Unfortunately, Toho poisoned my mind and I can't separate yokai from these characters. Fair enough. Kitsune, fair enough? What do you mean we just saw a fox girl at the start of the game? We're gonna be seeing more of her. We're gonna be seeing a lot more of her. Ooh, what's that? Another smoke bomb. Wouldn't you know it, there's ninja in this game. And, hey, look, ghosts. A spooky ghosty that you can't actually slash at. You actually have to repel weaponized malice to deal with them. There's a little bit of spice in here. Kitsune, Tanuki, and Blocking Neko, all of which you can find in the famous Game Toho project. How many? All of them. Funnily enough, in Rebirth, there actually is a Nekomata character you can play as, but unfortunately, I don't have a Vita, so we stick with the vanilla version. Vita means life, and Vita has died, so what can be said about that?
Bird up.
Now then, I feel like we should be coming up on the end of here. In fact, there's the map. Speaking of coming up on the end of things, did you hear that Disco Elysium is getting an Amazon Prime series? Did you hear that the head developers of Disco Elysium were relieved their duty just because of money moves that frankly don't make sense given the messages of the game? And I'm pretty sure the head writer is in a mental asylum, so, oh god. I have that game. We should play that game. Probably make an informal protest, but at the same time, I don't care enough. If anything, Amazon is the Amazon. Go drown in the desert. Once again, my friends, speed! Another thing that kind of informs how I play games is just the ability to juggle corpses as well. It's fun. It's probably why I enjoy the Havoc engine as much as I do in Souls games. It's... sometimes styling also means desecration. It's good enough. Especially because I'm pretty sure these guys have no honor anyway. If anything, they are spared oil for this blade. While you were out here commingling with the loose women of the night, I studied the blade. Is the nerdiest thing I will probably say on this stream ever.
Say what?
Anyway, hey, look at that. More Tengu, more of this. Yeah! What do you mean this game is intensely pretty to look at? Honestly, I'm not even sure what else comes to mind other than Ghosts of Tsushima in terms of extremely pretty samurai game. It's hard to say. But then again, that's a different kind of pretty, isn't it? Anyway, here we go into the boss dimension.
尽きぬ欲望で2本ずつに一体に陰の気が渦巻いているではございませんか。陰気変ずれば陽気ともなりましょう。近頃では化け物が出るとの噂もありますれば。吉原に来てちょんの間はあるまい。入り浸っていた頃馴染みにしていた朝霧はどうしておるかのう。かような悪所に旦那様が出入りするのは辛抱なりません。その女郎のこともお忘れにならねばお力添えできかねます。人並みに焼いておるのか今菊。いらぬ心配よ。今は遊んでおる場合ではない。桃姫の魂を取り返さねば。
Yeah, dummy.
Baka!
What do you mean Kongiku is jealous of the sex workers? They're all dead. To be fair, I kinda get it. I kinda also don't, but at the same time, it's not like the Fox women have anything going on for themselves. You, sir, what are you up to?
人気の太夫は眺めるばかりで恋仲になる望みは薄い。座敷で大盤振る舞いしたとて毎度袖にされるという流れ。一元さんでは相手にされずできることも限られる。思いを遂げる手段が金か心中しかないというのは論外。
無粋なやつじゃな。うぬなどお呼びでないということがわからぬようでは太夫もため息が出ようよ。
She wants our attention to herself, that's all. No, she wants Jinkuro's attention. Literally, only just him. It's funny, in a I don't know what you see in him sort of way. I guess when you're voiced by Joshi Nakata, you get what you come for. To which I say the priest smiles, and that's about it. Also, anyway...
悲しやな、恨めしやな。どうかお聞きくださっせ。一つはとも和入道とも呼ばれる妖怪が女郎の魂を夜な夜な車輪に乗せて連れて行くのでありんす。わっちも間もなく連れて行かれる定めじゃわいな。哀れなものよ、朝霧。車から出ることなく命運尽きたか。
Not even a word of condolence. What do you mean Jinkuro is a bastard from start to end? What do you mean you're playing as the bad guy? What do you mean there's also another bad guy?
加害遊興とは生臭が過ぎるのではないかなんかい。桃姫の魂はいずこ。返答いかんで真っ二つじゃ心して答え。
待っておったぞジンクロ。吉原で女が売られるのは常のこと。たとえ霊魂であろうと、やはりここでは売れるのだ。
Yeah, that makes sense.
嘘だと思うか？顔のいかつい靴は親父に聞いてみるがいい。
Jinkuro is such a bastard, but honestly I started to like him by the end of the game. You know, that's a fair assessment. He's got his problems, but also he's got his problems. But at least he's got some sense of honor about him.
噂では姿を見た者は八つ咲きにされるそうでございます。逆を申せば見さえしなければ大丈夫。振り向かねば。
Also, I like that. Konkigu's just... Can you listen to me for 1 second, boy? Let's just leave.
難儀なことを言うやつよ。尻を向けたままでは物を尋ねることもできまい。どれ、一つ顔を拝んでやろう。
Meanwhile...
熱い顔じゃな。靴は親父。いや、和入道。
And there's our second boss, Wanyudo, also known as Look at This Man and His Spinning Wheel, and his ugly, ugly face. What can be said? When they said grim-faced owner, they meant it. Now if only you could hold still for 1 second. Of course, the one thing that kind of bogs this down is the fact that with your starting equipment and the skills it has, it's kind of hard to fight him straight on, but at the same time, it's good. It tests your ability to manage. It tests your ability to use your items properly. Look at that. A fire charm? Should have been using that to begin with. Now then. Oh look, I'm still on fire. Oh look, my blade is almost chipped. Oop. There we go. Now, can I use anything for this? Also, it's honestly better to eat a hit than block his charge if your other blades are fucked. Exactly. It's sometimes you take that L, and sometimes you learn from it. Also, I'm looking at that combo meter and just wondering how long until we see that rainbow. Since I know it's there. Okay, it's gonna be a while. I get it now. Ooh. Now watch me lose chick just from putting out this fire. I don't know why that is, but oh well. The draw attacks are also stellar in this fight to put out lingering flames. Yeah, I wish I remember how to get them off more often, but oh well. Like that. It's nice. Alright then, you too, sir. I need you to leave. You're scaring the hoes. Might as well heal at least. Well, you're coming to me, alright. And just for that speed! And like that, we get our next blade. Imagine that, literally the worst monk of all time. Once again, what are you doing in a red light district, wrong guy?
Jinkuro, 邪教の技に頼り女の姿となって生きるほどに死は怖いか。それが悪あがきであることを教えてやろう。
Joke's on you, wrong guy. I know many people would pay top dollar to learn that technique.
今に超武装が押し寄せてくる。それだけでない。柳生の若殿雪之丞殿の命で忍びの追っ手がかかっておる。
やはり執拗に襲ってくるのは柳生の忍者であったか。
Fun fact, Momohime over here was supposed to be marrying a lord for the Yagyu clan, so, oh boy, politics.
おぼろ流は影の流れを組む剣。忍者相手に遅れは取らぬ。それより、雪之丞と聞いては、こうしてはおれん。
無双と歌われる柳生新影流が相手として臆したか。心配せずとも逃げ場はないぞ。
That's the thing about this game. Not only is it a hack and slash, it's also a political thriller, so it's good in my opinion. Knock knock. Open up the door. It's Japanese things.
なんと礼をして良いものやら。囚われた女郎の霊は皆晴れた自由の身。わっちも成仏できるでありやす。己のためにしたまでのこと。いつまでも鬱陶しい姿を晒すようなら、妖刀の餌食にいたすぞ。
And then Asagiri went to throw it back for God. Meanwhile,
体は奪われ、さりとてあの世へ行くこともかなわぬ。いつまでこんなありさまなのじゃ。桃姫か。そう嘆くでない。お主も困っておろうが、わしもこのままでは我慢がならん。わしが出て行こう。この体をお主に返すと言うておるのよ。それにはおとなしく同行してもらわねばならんがどうじゃ。断るなら面倒じゃがお主の魂を封じておかねばならぬ。その時は元の体にも戻れんと覚悟せい。ついてくるか。よしよし。聞き分けのいい子だ。
I can't help but be a big fan of Jinkuro's predicament of rancid personality, cute body, and voice. Ideal. What if I told you, essentially, that's the reverse of what's been going on this stream? It's funny when you think about it. Either way, hey, look at that. Be a good girl and come along. I have your body. You don't want to go to heaven yet.
今月、狐に蘭界の後をつけさせよ。おそらくは雪之丞に行きつけよう。あやつに会うてわしの太刀の行方を聞き出さねばならん。相模藩軍黒光の太刀でなければ玉写しの技はできぬのだ。術の破れたこの身を捨てて新たに屈強な男子の体を得るためにはあれがどうしてもいるのだ。
It's nice that they work so well together, isn't it? But also, I need a quick break in order to check on some stuff, so I'm gonna leave you with this very nice music, play a quick ad, and be on my way. So in the meantime, feel free to ask anything you like, talk amongst yourselves, go drink some water. I know I've been doing that. What do you mean I've been drinking liters upon liters every day? It helps find that voice I've been looking for. So yeah, I'll be right back. The hills are alive with the sound of wild freaks. Also, hello, how are you doing? It's a good time for everybody. Also, I like how Mike in the BRB was just like, I need me a gal who's just awful, but also hot as fuck. You know what? I can respect that. We see a lot of bastard men on this stream, but where in hell are my bastard women? I don't know, I feel like examples exist, I just haven't seen them a lot. Mainly because, hey, gacha games kinda drop the ball when it comes to that. Terrible personality, good looks. Mike's ideal girl is just like, oh, I'm sorry, Mike, I guess we're not in America. I guess I'm not allowed to pay for sex with pennies. Oh, oh no. I don't know, I've said before that a lot of my opinion about how a lot of games drop the ball about hot evil and just go, hey, look at that. We're not going to make her into a summonable unit, so we're just gonna kill her. So I hope you're happy with that, to which I say no. I'm very much not happy with that. Put her back. I don't need her to be something I use in the game, just let the villain be the villain. Is this about La Senora in Genshin? Yes, it is. Did this stop me from having any interest in Genshin? At least not in terms of actual story, but at the same time, where's the story? I've yet to see it. Trash wives are important, essentially. Sometimes you find a girl that's just absolute dog shit and it makes you go, joke's on you, I'm into that. To which I say, I mean, when you think about it, Momohime here really isn't on account of the fact that that's Jinkuro controlling her body like a stuffed puppet, but still. Either way, it's just one of those things that goes, this is a wholly untapped market, and you're not doing anything with it. Sometimes we want a girl to make us worse, exactly. Live your best life. Be the absolute worst at it. You know what? I wonder if we can actually make a sword now. Hey, look at that. It's funny how we're talking about worst girls and hey, look at that. There's a sword named Botan and I'm just like, hey, Yu Yu Hakusho reference? Not really. But I'll respect it anyway. And it's another Speen sword, so I'm where I need to be. Speaking of anime, hey, look at that, another Chainsaw Man trailer dropped, and people were complaining about the CG. I barely knew there was. The show looks really good. I just hope it's really good. Hard to say at this juncture. What do you mean Nappa dropped Yasuke? And I immediately got upset that it wasn't a period drama. It's basically Naruto with a black protagonist, and even still, it doesn't feel like they made him the main character. Oh yeah, this is only conjecture on my part, but at the same time people complain about CG like they complain about a root canal, so it's hard to say. Worst girl in Yu Yu Hakusho was Kuwabara's sister. She was kind of a jerk anytime she was on screen, and I love her. Yeah, that's about right. Sometimes you need an absolute cynic. Hey, boar. Give me the boar. I want them dank meats. Thank you. Now, when we learn how to cook that boar, we'll truly be living, but all the same.
この世に恐ろしいものは数あれど、化け物よりも怖いのは古谷の森じゃ。聞いたことがないじゃと？古谷の森とは古い家の雨漏りじゃ。貧乏は怖いということじゃ。
Ah, yes. What's worse than a monster? What's worse, a monster attack or not being able to pay rent? I'm gonna argue with the latter. Let's say you about this, Kongiku.
旦那様、蘭会の後をつけました妹狐が柳生雪之丞とおぼしき人物を突き止めましてございます。どこか憂いを帯びた眼差しとため息の出るような端正な顔立ち。雪之丞にこれ相違ありませぬ。どちらの味方だコンギク。もうよい、居所だけ喋れ。駿河は府中宿の本陣に投留しておりまする。
Here's my honest opinion about it. I don't particularly mind CGI. I mean, I was the guy who watched Kengan Ashura from episode 1 and enjoyed it quite a bit on account of how they do the art style and the lighting and everything like that. I imagine it wouldn't hit as good if it was in 2D, but at the same time, it depends on how it's done. Berserk 2016 is a flop and deserves to be a flop because they simply did not know what they were doing. CG can't cover up faulty planning. It also doesn't help that the director allegedly has never done an action series before Berserk, so that's kind of also a factor in my opinion, but then again, I'm not a, what's it called? A movie major, I'll go with that. I just look at it and go, hey look, you massacred my boy. And I'm not allowed in here still, oh well. Essentially, these things right here are super boss checkpoints, I want to say. Not necessarily bosses, but more... Okay, let's put it this way. Blue Orb challenges from Devil May Cry. That's a fair comparison in my opinion. Either way, it's just one of those things that go, hey, you're not even allowed in here until you have a certain sword, so don't worry about it. You can come back anytime you want, and you're gonna be coming back, because this game makes you go all over Japan to make sure you're doing things right. There are no checkpoints. There's sometimes a fast travel, and I do mean only sometimes. Either way, it's just one of those things that just makes me go, hey, look, take in the art for a bit. Enjoy the music. Immerse yourself. Fail to actually get the souls that are up there in order to level up, but you eventually get that. And alongside that, since we beat the last boss, we have a sword that can cut orange barriers down, so here we go. And now we move on into Izu, my favorite supporting character from 01. And naturally, it's a little bit of the same. We'll be going to where we need to in Tsuruga soon enough. It's just a matter of how long until then. Fua or bust. But Fua's the one doing the busting here. Besides, let's be real, Fua deserves to be the protagonist of 01 in the first place. I miss him. What do you mean the V cinemas for 01 kinda dropped the ball? Alright. Anything more to add, Foxwife? Nope. Just keep on going to Tsuruga. She has one hint, and that hint is just keep on walking. Or whatever you call this run right here. I don't know how to describe it other than you're gonna put your hand out, and you're going to clip the wind a little bit. Hey look, it's Kappa. You know which emote you should be spamming right now. Either way, it's just one of those things that just makes me go, hey, look at these locales. Look at the way this 30 FPS water is just running down the way. It's nice. It's soothing, even. You could sell these things as screensavers and make a killing. Also, bombs, lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough Mon. Which we don't. What I miss? Another Morshu reference. If anything, what we're doing right now is making our way across the province so we can meet up with Momohime's husband. So, oh boy, it's gonna pop up when we get there. Hey, look, we got a cookbook, too. Why was it in this dank cave? I don't know. Another pheasant. I want the pheasant. Give it here. Good. I was about to hit the "you swindled me" button, but we made it work after all. What about you here? Nope. Meanwhile, in Tsuruga, as the beat keeps on dropping for some reason, it's... what can I say? This soundtrack is really good. Honestly, I may or may... Wait, you went to go to a Mexican restaurant? How was that, actually? I haven't had a genuinely good Mexican food in a long while. Taco Bell does not count. Neither does Chipotle. Both of those are Tex-Mex, if I remember correctly. Ooh. There we go. Good old-fashioned quick draw. It was pretty nice. Had some pork shoulder and rice. I've cooked pork shoulder before. It's good. If anything, it's just one of those things I wish I could be doing more, but if anything, I don't know. Cooking is one of those things that just goes, hey, look, I have power in my hand, and it produces good food that only I'm gonna eat because it's for me. Not to say I haven't offered to others, it's just that they don't eat it because they don't eat pork, but you know. Which is ironic, because I will definitely cook for people. It's just a matter of what. Give me an idea of what you'll actually eat, and I'll do it. Now you're hungry, to be fair. I'm hungry too, to which I'm also holding out for half of a Jimmy John's sandwich I have in the fridge, and I'm just like, hey, isn't it ironic how I'm also checking up on Crony's Twitter, and everybody's just clowning on her because of her 4-day-old dry-aged Subway sandwich, and I'm just like, hey, I don't know how I feel about this. To which she also gets her wisdom teeth removed, and it's just like, I will blend this sandwich before I decide to stop eating it. Also, I've never actually had chorizo, but I'd be down to find out how that is one of these days. Ironically enough, probably at Chipotle if they sell it, but who even knows at this point? From when I remember their first time having it out, it did not go well. Also, maybe something about child labor, but still. I can say the same thing about the avocado market, but still. Can't blame a girl for fermenting their food supply, you're not wrong. Sometimes the funny clock lady will do it good, and sometimes there are other things that just make you go emotional damage. Okay, I need to be down there. Chorizo is pleasant with red rice. I've never had red rice. I would like to at one point. I mostly just stick to yellow when I can get it. Speaking of which, here's a question I have. Instant rice. Yes or no? Because lately I've been kind of soaking my own rice, and you know, that's been doing it real good. I've actually been able to taste the difference, and frankly, I kind of don't want to go back. I'll eat instant rice in a pinch, but at the same time, if I have the time to cook it, I usually go for the regular stuff. I kind of find it ironic that we're talking about food in a game that's literally just food porn, but you know, sometimes life works out like that. Just like I've been trying to work out my vocal cords some more. What do you mean speaking from your chest is one of those things that hits better for people who actually speak a lot? I don't in my usual day-to-day, but at the same time, I've been getting better about it. Mainly because I also want to be able to manipulate my voice the way I see other people doing that. Funnily enough, was talking about how she's done vocal work for people in terms of training and all of that, and I kinda almost regret not actually taking a voiceover course as I was offered way back when, but you know, life hits hard. Life tends to tell you, hey, there's a thing you can do on top of the thing that you're obligated to do, and then the thing no longer exists. Also, yeah, you've never had instant rice? It's rice that you can cook in a microwave. Ideally, it should only be cooked in a microwave because if you try to heat it the normal way, you kind of run the risk of too much water, but at the same time, At that point, it becomes porridge, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't eat porridge. Anyway, hey look, it's Kite Man. Honestly, if I could find more yellow rice in stores, I'd be doing it like that, but me having moved to the Midwest, it's kind of a mixed bag in terms of options. Then again, I was very spoiled for choice when it came to living in the North. I miss it. I won't say I miss a lot about living in the North, but I do miss the variety for food. I'm not good at making sofrito. Define sofrito for me. I feel like I know what you're talking about, but at the same time, I'm wondering what you mean. Also, when I said red rice, I mean yellow rice. I just don't know what it's called in Spanish. Okay, so it's stuff for flavoring things. So basically how the French describe it is mirepoix. Basically just aromatics. Either way, yeah, it's just one of those things that going, I watch too many food YouTubers. Sir, could you stop dropping your bombs long enough for us to have an amicable discussion? Either way, yeah, it's just one of those things that go, hey, look at that, I'm learning something, maybe. Big asterisk on that maybe, but still. What do you mean, spending a good 4 or so years watching Binging with Babish has taught me? It's kinda sort of a few things, but not enough to actually say I've learned. Also, sofrito is essentially like chimichurri, but for Creole dishes. Honestly, I'm not even sure about chimichurri, but at the same thing, okay, meats rice stews. It's essentially a flavoring agent is what you're getting, is what I'm getting at. Not necessarily in the same sense as MSG or bouillon, but essentially just there to make sure there's flavor. I'm pretty sure I've seen the same thing used in Cajun cooking as well, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, orange barrier, go! wants to bake a yam? I was hoping we could bake this yam, but apparently not. But I guess I should ask, for anybody in the chat who does cook, what is your favorite thing to cook in the first place? Ironically enough, I've been getting very good at searing steak, but people around me complain about the smoke, and I'm just like, there's a window right next to me. I've been using it too, so, oh well. I will make you one yourself if you stop complaining towards me, but you know how it is. They're also the same people who kinda sort of rub me the wrong way when it comes to always serving it well done, if not straight up burnt, but you know. I'm not gonna fault them, it's just how they choose. It's just living simple, but at the same time, I like... If I'm putting out the money for it, I prefer it being done the way I like it. It's a little persnickety, but at the same time, the kind of steaks I buy kinda tend to run up the bill, so you gotta treat it right if you ask me. Alright, you can make really good pork chops, and I used to be good at baked mac and cheese. Honestly, I've only made mac and cheese once in my life, and it was actually using a recipe from Terry Crews, so needless to say, I got what I was gonna get out of it. Have I tried since? No, but I can make you decent pasta. I know they're essentially the same thing, but it's a matter of how it's made. What do you mean, I will make spinach Alfredo and you're gonna eat it? I made buffalo chicken mac and cheese once, and I can never get as good as that first time now. Honestly, I'm not even the kind of person who likes chicken sauced up like that. I'll eat it, but every now and then it's just like, I kind of prefer it dry, if that makes any sense. I like tasting the flavor of the skin. Anyway, here we are at the third boss of the game. You prefer dry rub on ribs or sauce? Depends on the rib. Also, hey, look, it's my boy. What do you mean this was Momohime's husband for a bit? They never actually got married, but you know.
殺された上、ムクロに悪霊がついて浮世に迷い出るとはあまりに不憫。
野牛の小僧が人を化け物のように言いよって。 本当ならウヌの体と地位はわしのものであったものを、良いより将軍家指南役の剣とはいずれ手合わせしたいと思うておった。天下無双の名は二つといるまい。
I wonder what you have to say about this situation right here.
ジンクロ、どうかあの方を切らないで。ああ、雪の女様もおやめください。諦め、声は届かぬ。女子供の出る幕ではない。邪魔立てするなら、お主といえどもただでは済まぬと思え。
Okay, who's left to talk to? Hey, you're still here.
来ると思うておったぞジンクロ。果たしてお主のおぼろ流が新影流にかなうものか。
勝負が決したとき、その首が銅につながっておるかな。
As it deserves to be. I don't care for you, Ron guy. You're kind of a heel.
勝負の前に一つ聞きたいことがある。鳴神で桃姫を貫いた狼藉者の獲物の太刀、その後どうなったか知っておったら教えてくれ。
太刀じゃと。鳴神の新たな代官が処分しておらねば、桃姫殺害の証拠として鳴神の蔵に放り込まれておろう。
やはり鳴神か。農州までの童貞は結界だらけで、戻るのは血と骨は折れるが仕方あるまい。
そのような懸念は無用。いずこへも迷わぬように今ここでメイドに送ってやろうぞ。柳生新影流の非容疑、今見せてくれよ。いざ尋常に。
Alright, who wants a good old-fashioned samurai duel? I have to ask, is this really Florence Nightingale's voice actress? Yes, it's Miyuki Sawashiro, also known as Mordred, also known as Raiden Mei. She gets around a lot. If anything, I'm just over here like, I was never aware of who these people are, but I like the performance. As much as my 13-year-old self could actually verify what's going on at all with the dialogue, but you know. There were a lot worse things you could get on the Nintendo Wii. Also, little lady going sicko mode? Yeah, you're not wrong. What do you mean transplanting your soul in your body doesn't make the techniques worse? Ooh. Also, I'm not a good cook, but I'm good at frying and making stews. That makes you a good cook anyway. Also, she's a magi in Azure Lane, so in other words, she's got MILF energy, even though she does not have it here. What do you mean this is bad, wife? Alright then, sir. I'd like your blade to stay broken. I respect anybody who can fry things, cause I can't fry for shit. I can make you some chicken at least. And now we juggle the husband. You either use too little oil or not enough heat. You know, that's my honest problem with frying half the time, because while I do use a cast iron, the way the stove that's available to me works, unfortunately it's on an angle, so I have to spend a lot of time trying to even out the heat. And applying that to actual cooking fat half the time does not work the way I want it to. You just struggle for balance. It's like Noir says. Alongside of rice, I've had to experiment quite a bit with water and temperature. I just look at it this way: as long as the thing is properly evaporated by the time it's done, I think that's the way it should be. I could be wrong, but then again, I haven't been proven wrong yet. Come on now. Break yourself on my sword. You know you want to. Your strong points are baking and grilling. Two things I have never been able to do all that well. I can roast just as good, but at the same time, baking isn't one of those things I've never actually gotten to try, aside from desserts that give you clear and concise instructions. So essentially just cookies, but still. Alright then, Yukinojo, time to re-exchange those vows. I want my prenup. You know what, that's a good one too. I respect your ability, but at the same time you gotta go. He's got you there.
魂が押し出された。無理やり体に戻り寄ったな、桃姫。いや、驚いた。威勢のいい短歌を切るわ。なくしか能のない箱入り娘かと思えば、とんだじゃじゃ馬。たびたびこれでダダをこねられては、先が思いやられる。仕方がねえ。こたびは雪之丞の命は見逃してくれよ。その代わり、おとなしくしておれ。
See, she has some power about it. Not a ton, but still.
まだ起きられてはなりません。雪の女様、ご安堵なされませ。身も心も今は桃姫、真の姿に戻りましてございます。
ここはあの世か、それとも夢か。そのどちらでも構わぬ。桃姫とそれがしの縁組、鳴神を陥れ取り潰すための詭弁であった。今や鏡公はご生涯なされ、お家騒動で姉君も見まかられた。
お父上も姉様もこの世の人でなく、帰る家すらないと。
桃姫が迷い出たのはきっとそれがしを恨んでのことと、毎夜両親の呵責に苦しんでおった。
Okay, maybe Sword Husband is not as good as we thought, but oh well. Also, Centris would be the kind of friend who would do a Hank Hill-style grill, and we, the noisy neighbors, are wanting in on it. So what you're saying is they would only serve medium rare, and if you want something else, they'd kick you out of the barbecue.
明神様の貴重なお薬を処方しました。柳生殿はもう大丈夫。礼には及びません。これも旦那様の仰せです。少しでも恩に思うなら、早く体を旦那様に。刀を使えぬ今のあなたに追っ手がかかればひとたまりもない。
久方の仰せ、十分に済ませたか。ならば似合わぬ情けもここまでじゃ。体を戻してもらおうか。
雪の城様をお助けくださり礼を申します、ジンクロ。
いらぬ心配じゃ。遠巻きに忍びどもが見張っておる。我らがさればすっ飛んできて世話を焼いてくれよ。
Man. And to think they were gonna get married in like 20 minutes, but oh well. Well, wife gone. Think about wife.
お父上、姉様、おいたわしや。
Regret.
桃姫の魂を封じず、あのままになさるおつもりですか？あの様子では足手まといでございましょうに。
I like how Kongiku was like, this girl talked too much.
鏡家の窮状を知って奇境に流行っておるのじゃ。鳴神まではおとなしくついてくるじゃろう。美濃に向かうにも東海道は大きな結界が張られ、中山道にはソーラが待ち伏せておりまする。これ以上坊主の相手をするのは願い下げよう。甲州街道を進み、その先は飛騨に迂回するとしよう。
Oh well. You can grieve on the way. We'll be going just fine. Speaking of the way, gee, we'll be walking for a while. Either way, it's just how it go in this game. It's a little bit of a Metroidvania. I'm surprised that it's considered a Metroidvania in terms of Twitch categories, but even still. I guess when you have a map like this, it makes sense. In fact...
Here is the map.
You ever think about how somebody got the idea to remaster the Zelda CDI games to make them actually playable, but I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm just like, is the meme really the meme, or is it just a genuine labor of love? It's hard to say. Sometimes you commit to the bit, and sometimes the bit is, hey, look at that. This game is literally just 30 minutes long. Also, holy shit, is that the map? Yes, here is the map. Where do you wish to go? It's only straightforward like this because this is technically a dungeon, but at the same time, when you actually leave, it opens up like this. So yeah, naturally, there's a lot of places to go. And you're going to be going there on foot the entire game. It's probably one of its only detracting features, but at the same time, I'd argue the rest of it makes up for it. Not to mention, you can just appreciate the locales for what it is. Kind of makes me want to play Mystical Ninja. I feel like a lot makes you want to play Mystical Ninja. It kind of makes me want to play Neo too, but I keep saying I want to play that at some point. Honestly, that's fair and valid. I don't have a favorite N64 game. The only things I had for it were Banjo-Tooie and WrestleMania 2000. We were poor back then. We're poor still, and even still. Life was simple, and we weren't sure whether or not we were happy. Nowadays, we're angry, and it just makes things worse. Hey look, another boar. That's good eating right there. Either way, I guess I should talk about how getting this to work was kind of a trip and a half a couple of months ago, just because, hey, look at that. My totally legit Nintendo 64 has the wrong drivers, because they borked up the drivers, but figuring it out has legitimately been pretty satisfying in my honest opinion, on account of the fact that that opens the door for so many other things we could be doing. Whether or not they come to pass is up for debate, but I'm willing to find out. That also, of course, means make suggestions for me. I want to find out what people would want to see. I have my own ideas, but at the same time, they're only ideas. Alright then, Foxwife, what do you have to say now?
まさかとは思いますれど、旦那様は桃姫が気に入っているのではありませんか？もしそうなら、狐の妖力で桃姫の魂を八つ咲きにしてやりたい心地がいたします。バカを申すな。ガキ相手に好きも嫌いもあるものか。ちゃんとついてくるように子守をしておるだけじゃ。
Ah, yes, a woman after my own heart. Angry and not taking anything from anybody. What do you mean Kongiku isn't a good person either? She's technically not, she's a fox, but still. Honestly, finding a totally legitimate Nintendo DS would be nice as well. It's just a matter of where and if it'll actually run Star Wars. Better yet, the fan remasters would be nice as well, but it's just a matter of how and where. There's a lot of things I would be down to put on this stream right here, but you know. Money, power, time, ability, you gotta find these things out, and then you apply them. To which I also look at people also kinda sorta putting down too much money for VTuber gimmicks, and I'm just like, you know, I'm not one to talk about assets, but at the same time, I feel that grind, and I also say put that grind to a halt. You should not be spending everything you own on streaming, but still. Also, hey look, Monkey can lead you to hot springs in the mountains. And this is where we immediately enter the TOS dimension, but also I want to talk to Jinkuro.
本来のボロ流はこんなものではない。肌もやわすぎる。血も焼けだらけでたまらんで。よく揉んでおけ。応対するのは湯に浸かる間だけじゃぞ。
Well, there you go. Jinkuro says you're not thick enough, and you're too pale. Nobody cares for Momohime. But you know, I can understand. Everybody's got their taste. I'm just here like, you know what, she looks good, but she's not my type either. Good. Okay, let's see here. What do you sell tofu? Alright, then that's good. We're broke. I feel satisfied. I no longer feel satisfied. Give me the food. Who wants some dango? Anyway, moving back a lot. Hey, look, another fight. A thing we've been denied for far too long. And now your soul is mine. Also, just listening to that minor bass fill of intrigue, you know, I keep saying this music is good. I don't know how else to say it other than the music good. The soundtrack should probably get more play than it does. It's just chill, lo-fi beats to shred ninja to. And then we can get rid of yellow barriers too. Now let's see here. Alright, old man, what can we make today? Mitsubame, I like that name. Also, Hibari, my least favorite Senran character. Let's see here. Not much we need in this regard. Let's see, equipment. Alright, Tengu Mask. Strength Vitality +1 or item boost. Yeah, I care more about health. Let's see here. This'll work. And now we move on to Kai, where they also play my other favorite track in the game. Welcome to Tengu Land, everybody. Speaking of, hey look, it's the Tengu. What's that million stab? This really is an action game. Now, if you could just hold still for a brief second, I want you back on the screen. I'll take your pheasant. Good old wall chicken. I guess I can say this, the music sells itself well in the idea that you should probably never feel safe where you are. Everything's coming to kill you. You're technically committing a blasphemy by existing anyway, so it's fine. Just fight it out as hard as you can. And now we're in the mist. Everybody's favorite Shyamalan movie. Wait, no. I need to be back on the ground for this. Alright, know about monks. Hello, my name is Oda Nobunaga, and I'm running on a platform of no more monks in government. Will you join me? You probably will not, because, frankly speaking, I'm a little bit of a weirdo. And I may or may not have too much interest in guns, but all the same. Well, that was poorly planned. There we go. And then they exploded. Now then, where are we going? Not that way. We could go back to the brothel, but we're not doing that. But yeah, to say that this is definitely one of those games that kind of got me through back in the day is definitely one of those. Roast beef sandwiches are filling, yes. I assume you've had dinner. I'm glad for you. You know what is down here? More fights. I'm glad. And that's how they do it in the bush. I'm not Australian. I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, it's a little bit more of this.
You swindled me.
Good. That's what I want to see. Hey, what fast foods do you guys love? Not gonna lie, it's hard to say. I'm usually the guy who says, hey, if you can make me a decent burger, I'm good with that. More often than not, it's harder to find a decent sandwich nowadays. Meanwhile, here we are, moving into everybody's favorite narcoleptic fox skill, Shinano. Or is it Shimano? I don't remember. Oh. No, sir. Okay, I think I've had enough of bombs for throwing at you. You can go into the afterlife now. Honestly, I agree with Centris. It depends on what I'm feeling. More often than not, I'm satisfied with Wendy's, but more often than not, I also feel like I can get tired of Wendy's very quickly. Kinda doesn't help that they're all a little bit the same at times. It really depends on what you're looking for and what time of day it is. You could always go Taco Bell, but at the same time, Taco Bell is Taco Bell. It's kind of the last resort option for me. Okay, that's entirely the wrong way. Come on now, take it. Or if you're really high or drunk, you'll do Jack in the Box because it's right down the street. That's also fair. I'm told that Jack in the Box is extremely low tier in terms of fast food, but I don't know. Half the time I just look at it and go, it's fine, I've had worse. And that's the reason I don't eat pizza in this state anymore. It's low tier, but it tastes great when you aren't sober. Fair enough. Once again, I'm just thinking of Hold My Liquor by Kanye. It's just like, hardly ever caught sober. And her aunt to come over, skinny bitch with no shoulders. Hey look, frogs. And if I can't find actual pizza, Domino's is good enough. I feel like I could have said the same about Papa John's, but at the same time, it's kinda gone downhill. It's cheap enough, and that reflects in the taste as well. Never Little Caesars, though. I don't trust it. I actually prefer Pizza Hut or Papa John's. Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like you have a better time of it on the island, but I don't know for sure. Certain chains hit different in certain places. To be honest, I love Popeyes. You know, I would say the same if not for the fact that Popeyes is alright, but all I can taste is flour in terms of the breading. It's not great late at night, if you know what I mean. Namely because I feel choked out by it by the time I go to sleep, but still. If anything, it's gotten me to the point that I will make my own chicken if this is how it goes, but that's more so me needing to learn to cook in the first place. Pizza Hut used to be good in the mainland US, but it really went downhill in like 2012. And then they started making a la carte pasta, and then they started making weirdo dessert breadsticks, and then it just kind of fell apart after that, and every other pizza chain kind of went the same way. Papa John said something apolitical, and frankly speaking, it was a bad time for everybody. And then he said he does not represent the brand anymore, to which I say people still call you that. Yeah, that's essentially the real answer. It depends. And frankly speaking, it's not great either way. Hey boy, look at these ice women. There are no longer any ice women. Also, wait a minute. I'm confused. What are we waiting for? Also, yeah, you're not wrong. KFC used to be the GOAT back in the day, but unfortunately, quality and... Oh. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. What do you mean I accidentally hit the quit the game button? Also, did KFC used to have delivery in the mainland US like it did back in the day? Absolutely not. Rideshare services don't count either. It's just one of those things like you go there, you order the chicken, you leave. And then you feel bad about yourself when the chicken machine is broke. Let me leave. Right? And then you say, incomprehensible, have a terrible day. And that's how you felt, a certain animosity towards the service that you're getting because the service is not actually service. To which I will graciously remind you, do not be rude to food staff. That is how you get sick very quick. Yeah, that's essentially the gist I'm getting out of it. Tiny island, much delivery. Anyway, how are we feeling about the frozen north over here? I like it. I'm always down for winter. Honestly, probably one of the best backdrops in the game, if you ask me. I mean, look at it. Look at all this snow. Makes me wonder how this woman isn't catching frostbite, but still. If anything, back in the day when old George was like, we make this studio so we can make art house pieces, I guess he meant it. And then we never saw him actually, we never saw Vanillaware actually release anything that hit market success. Except for 13 Sentinels, I think, but only in Japan. Also, I asked this before, but what's Chick-fil-A like? It's chicken. And only chicken. Yeah, that is true. It really depends on who you ask. For a lot of people, there are absolute diehards for Chick-fil-A. Some will say it's mid. Some will say down the right faction battles were started between Popeyes and Chick-fil-A, but to me, they're both kind of mid when you're not genuinely looking for it. That isn't to say they're bad. It's more so that they get the job done. Try both, and pick a side. As they say, variety is the spice of life. Do not rely on one thing to give you proper sustenance and say that nothing else is good. My side is, if it meets, I eats. That's a good attitude to have. Your Chick-fil-A came to my town like 3 months ago, and the line for the drive-thru was like miles. Hey, guess what? It's gonna be miles. For some reason or another, people swear that Chick-fil-A is the second coming of Christ, and there may be some logic to that because they're closed on Sunday, but all the same, it's just one of those things like, hey, I kinda don't care, but I'll eat the food anyway. Is it like KFC or McDonald's? Like I said, it's chicken. It's only chicken. You get chicken sandwiches, chicken nuggets, breakfast chicken, chicken on bagels, chicken with cheese on bagels, chicken nuggets that are actually made for breakfast, the occasional parfait, and more chicken. It's like how one restaurant here, Raising Cane's, exists literally off of chicken fingers, Texas toast, and french fries. There's nothing else. You'll eat this chicken and you'll like it. Their entire marketing campaign is literally just eat more chicken. Beef is overrated. Eat more chicken. Not chicken soda, though, but you will eat chicken with soda. If they could make chicken soda, I bet you would. And somebody will drink it. Enough to be popular, but all the same. It's a blasphemia.
どうするって行くしかねえじゃねえか。ここでこうやって待ってたって日が暮れちまうだけだよ。
てめえ忘れてやがるな。話したじゃねえか。この先の峠にゃ怖え山の神様がいて旅人を食うんだってよ。
Listen, there are people who figured out that you can season meat with dried up meat. I'm pretty sure anything is possible at this point.
聞くところによると、そいつは雲を越す大入道で一つ目に睨まれたらでけえ一本足で踏み潰されるんだそうな。
しゃあ、そいつはちょいと勘弁してもらいてえもんだな。おめえ、なんでこんな人気もねえ恐ろしい山道を選んだ。
バカ言え。俺がちょっと目離した隙にてめえが勝手にこの道をとっとこ進んでいったんじゃねえか。
What say you, eccentric fox?
本菊ではないか。人がおるところへ出てくるとは珍しい。
旦那様、やはり美濃へ参るのは容易ではありませぬ。玉写しに使う黒蜜の太刀、 村正で代わりはできませぬか？
I'm gonna go with no.
相模の黒蜜は腕は村正に遠く及ばず作刀も少ない。故にあまり世に知られておらぬが、実は得意な力を持つ。
To be fair, if it were up to me, I'd also be doing food reviews, but no, that's not how this works.
その刀身には地獄に由来する魔性の力を帯びているのだ。地獄の極卒らは亡者を切り刻んでは生き返らせ、休みなく繰り返し攻め苦を与えるのが仕事。黒蜜はその極卒が持つ喝殺自在の大鉈を地獄より持ち出して刀に打ち直したのだと言われておる。黒蜜の生活近く鎌倉あたりであれば、他にも作刀が埋もれておる山と探し回ってみたが、徒労であった。
It's like when you watch food videos at 2 a.m., knowing that you'll get hungry, but you do anyway. It's fine, you could be like me and have no food in your house, and that'll save you anyway.
お主ら、ようも無事でこの山奥まで来れたものよの。ここまで化け物には襲われなんだか。
俺ら山に入るときに、そこの娘に高い魔除けのお札を売りつけられて持ってるんだ。聞いて。だけどこの先、何人も旅人を食ったすごいやつが出るって噂じゃねえか。いや、怖いわけじゃねえんだがよ。
おや、娘さんも後先考えず来ちまって立ち往生かい？こりゃしめた。いや、こっちの話だ。なんでもねえ。女だけの旅は心細い。安心しなせ。おいらがついてら。怖かったらぎゅーっと抱きついてくれて構わねえよ。
You be like your wife and start munching ramen noodles out of the package. You know, I've seen people do that, and honestly, I don't get it. But then again, I also look at fried noodles from my local Chinese restaurant and go, I miss it. I miss it so badly.
年頃の娘の身でこの寒いのに足をむき出してどこへ行く？こっちもそいつを退治しようと来たはいいが、お札が尽きたので山を降りるところじゃ。お主らもそうせ。
It's alright, little girl. I'm gonna kill it anyway.
人臭いぞ。しかも若い娘の匂いだ。山を越えようとする者は踏み潰して食ろうてやるぞ。
Also, is it me, or does this big old man sound familiar? Also, oh no, the boss's foot. I don't like this. Oh boy. Actually forcing me to heal. Alright then. I will say, this boss theme goes hard, doesn't it? They all go hard. It's just a matter of which one is your favorite. Oh, okay then, good. Now we can fight face to face, sorta. the very least, we're making good progress with this. Can we get a little bit more? Can I stab you in the eye like would be the good prerogative? Apparently not. You know, this also reminds me of a pretty good detail I like. There's just when enemies have their hit noises just kind of layered over each other for rapid attacks. It's nice. It's cathartic, even. I say as it almost looks like I might be losing health at a rate I don't know how to deal with. Oh look, it's a boar. Come on now, you know as well as I do, this is not going to go well for you. Well, wouldn't be the first time we've had something explode in my face, oh well. Okay, I'm really losing the plot with this. Let's see here. Oh, man. Now, if you could stop sending your feet pics at me, I think we'll be good. I need you very much to stop. Today's topic really just has been food. To be fair, I like being able to talk for hours upon end about one subject. It's nice. I don't mind one bit. It's one of those things that has me like, hey, look at that. You should be suggesting more things to talk about, but also feel confident in the things that you like. We could be talking about what a dogshit release Overwatch 2 is, but at the same time, dogshit and Blizzard seems to go hand in hand, doesn't it? Let's see here. I mean, it's Blizzard. Can we expect much from them anymore? Not really. At this point, I kinda don't care to do business with them in general, so I think I'm alright. Anyway, who's up for roast boar?
つまらぬことで思わぬいとまを取った。おかげで今宵は野宿。慰めにボタン鍋でもつつきながら一杯やるとしようか。
You know what? I have the thing here. We never use it.
Die to death! Sentence to death! Great Equalizer is the death! Tsunayoshi no akuhou mo okamai nashi darou yo.
What do you mean that's the same voice actress?
待ってください。山の秘密を包み隠さず話しますので、そればっかりは堪忍してください。
What's that? An Umineko reference, exactly. Meanwhile, in the secret baths...
ここが山の隠れ湯だ。人間に見つかってはこの冷泉におちおち入れぬで、妖怪に化けて追い払っていたんだ。オーラの名はイザサ王。昔は吉野のおばが峰に住んでたが、人を襲って坊主に追われ、ここまで逃げてきたんでさ。
これからは人間に見つからないように、ここへはそっと夜来るようにするのですよ。
アシュラみてえに恐ろしい娘が今は観音様みてえに微笑んどる。わかった。見つからんように気をつける。
And then, of course, what say you, wife?
このもののけは我らと同じく年を経て通力を得た変化。変化は1000年生きて1000機を培い、天文をくぐって初めて天津神の仲間入りを果たすのです。この冷泉に使っておれば数百年で天に昇れるにゃも。
And now, hey, look, it's Jinkuro.
イノシシとの約束などほぼにして獅子肉にしてしまえばいいもの。無気になってダダをこねよって。
What's that? You can't bear to hear the whining anymore?
まあよい。これも黒蜜が手に戻るまでの辛抱。次はしくじらぬように相手をよく選ばねばならんな。
それでは次も誰かを犠牲にすると申すのか。そもそも己の身を捨て他人になろうとしたのは何故か。
好き好んでのことではない。元の体は胸を患ってどちらにせよ長くは生きられぬ身であったのよ。わしは想像を絶する修行の末に極めたこのおぼろ流を己だけのものとするために人は兄弟子を切り捨てもした。やべえ！ただ死を待つばかりならと非容疑にかけたのがあの夜で、野球の地位と体を奪うはずであったのだがな。
What a story, ain't it?
コンギク、今の鳴神で実権を握っておる奴は誰じゃ。たちの行方を知る者はいそうか。
改易後は評判の良くない鹿見檀上という大官が幕府の直轄領として鳴神藩を仕切っております。
鹿見檀上と言われましたか。鹿見は鏡家に仕える普代の家臣。一体何故大官になど。そやつなら黒蜜の行方を知らぬはずはあるまいて。桃姫は鳴神の姫。正面から堂々と会いに参ろうぞ。
If nothing else, I will say this. The game keeps it simple. You kill things, and then you use those things to kill more things, and then you kill the thing so you can get to the plot thing that helps you kill the thing. And then you kill the plot. Ultimately, it's still one of those things that's just like, I appreciate it to this day. What can be said other than that? It's... just how it has to go. Everything about it still holds up in my opinion. It's a little bit slow, but at the same time, it's Metroidvania logic. You do the thing, you get what you get out of that. So, with that in mind, I think this might as well be where we end things for tonight. I enjoyed my time with this a great deal. And I hope you did as well. If you'd like to see more, or maybe if you feel like helping the channel reach its goal of 200 followers, hit me up on Twitter, or at least clip what you like out of this. It's a good time for everybody, in my opinion. But for right now, I think it's good enough. In fact, if you do want it, maybe we'll do more of this later down the road. Give it another one-off, but for right now, I would say look forward to more 13 Sentinels. Another Vanillaware game? Who would have guessed? So from me to you, I have... Oh, let me see here. Everything is weird and wild, and it doesn't make sense, namely because I cannot spell. But yeah, I think things are good for tonight. I'm glad for it. And glad to see this works, because this means we can do more in the future. But for right now, I've been your host, Megiddo Ichi, and I'll see you again. Be sure to be good. Drink water. And I'll see you again in the next one. Have a good night, everybody.